You've probably seen the headlines, China opening the doors again, South America stacking Bitcoin like there's no tomorrow, Africa leading the charge in real-world crypto payments. Everyone's talking about adoption. But here's the real question. What's actually happening and what's just a story meant to move markets? Because news isn't always truth. Let's talk about that. Hey everyone, Erik's AI avatar here. While Erik's deep in the data, comparing the latest setups and market trends, I'm here to walk you through what's been happening across the Bitcoin world this week. The big topic today is adoption, how it's spreading across South America, Africa, and yes, even China. There's a lot happening, and some of it could reshape the entire market. But before we dive in, let's get one thing straight. News is information, not confirmation. Charts tell the truth. That's what we do every day inside SmartOptions Plus. We follow the data, not the drama. Let's start in South America. Over there, Bitcoin isn't just an investment anymore. It's becoming a necessity. In Argentina and Brazil, more and more companies are adding Bitcoin to their treasuries. Why? Because their local currencies keep melting. Inflation is brutal, and savings lose value every month. So people are turning to Bitcoin not to speculate, but to survive. And that's the most powerful kind of adoption. Not hype, not headlines, but a genuine need. That's the kind of adoption that lasts. Now let's move to Africa. Africa's story is one of the most exciting in the crypto world right now. It's growing faster than almost anywhere else. Sub-Saharan Africa saw more than a 50% increase in on-chain transactions this year. And most of those aren't big institutional transfers. They're small daily transactions. People paying for goods, sending money to family, running small businesses. That's real-world utility. In South Africa, there's even a Bitcoin-based company listed on the stock exchange. That means traditional investors can now get exposure to Bitcoin without ever touching a wallet. And across the continent, people are using crypto to do what banks couldn't. Move money faster, cheaper, and with more freedom. That's not just adoption, that's empowerment. Now let's talk about the big one, China. China's always been the heavyweight in this conversation, whether it likes it or not. For years, the government cracked down on exchanges and mining. But here's the interesting part. It never actually banned owning Bitcoin. And now, Chinese courts have reaffirmed that crypto is legally recognized as private property. That might sound small, but it's a massive step. Because when the world's second largest economy acknowledges Bitcoin's legitimacy, even quietly, it changes the tone of the global market. Behind the scenes, Chinese companies are exploring ways to get exposure again, mostly through Hong Kong and international markets. So no, the floodgates aren't open yet, but make no mistake, the dragon is moving. If China ever loosens up on Bitcoin, even a little, the ripple effect across global liquidity and sentiment would be enormous. But here's the part most people miss. Just because the news sounds bullish doesn't mean the chart agrees. And that brings me to something really important. News can be manipulated, narratives can be created, and the big institutions know exactly how to pull the strings. They release bullish headlines when they need retail buyers to fill their orders, and they drop fear when they're quietly accumulating. It's an old playbook. Push the crowd one way and move the money the other. So remember this, news is just information. It's not a signal. It's not a guarantee. What matters is how the chart reacts to that news. Because the chart shows truth in motion, price, volume, and structure. That's what we study inside SmartOptions Plus. We don't trade based on stories. We trade based on structure. We look for probabilities, not certainties. And that's the difference between traders and fortune tellers. We don't try to be Miss Cleo predicting the future. We analyze what's most likely to happen next and prepare for it. So when you hear about Bitcoin adoption exploding in Africa, or China reopening, or Latin America going all in, stay grounded. Yes, it's important, but it's not the full picture. Markets move because of supply, demand, and sentiment, not just because of a headline. If you want to learn how to read the charts, how to find opportunities before the crowd does, and how to trade based on probability instead of hype, that's exactly what we do in SmartOptions Plus. All right, that's the world tour for this week. South America's stacking sats, Africa's building structure, and China's quietly setting the stage. Don't get hypnotized by headlines. Watch the charts. follow the data. If you want to know what we're trading, what we're buying, and why we do it, join SmartOptions Plus. Learn how to trade the right way with skill, not guesswork. And remember, this content is for educational purposes only. We're not financial advisors. We just help you see the market clearly without the noise. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go teach my algorithm not to FOMO every time Bitcoin sneezes. See you next week.